That's fine if it was once. If it was one time. If they did it one time. Okay? But guess what? They didn't. It was twice. So now everybody's just pissed off. And I'm pissed off. And I shouldn't be pissed off about AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm sorry, but I don't have the faith in it that you do anymore.
So does that mean when the third match happens that you will be checked out?
But
Probably.
the third
If
match
the
did
third-
happen.
This is the third match.
This was the third match.
I don't really see it as that. It's not the third match in the sense that this is the feud ender, when it's clearly not. This is not the feud ender.
Just because it's the third, just because they have a third match, normally the third match is not the feud ender. Look at the New Day and Usos. How many matches did they have before they finally ended their feud?
Well, number one, that's also the outlier, and number two, when I say third match, I'm talking about the feud ender. In this case, yeah, that probably wasn't the most apt description to say, but there must be a feud ender.
Oh, and to answer your question, yes.
You're checked out?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not checked out.
I do not share that sentiment.
I'm not checked out either. Just because, well, one thing, it's a world title. It's actually a world title feud that I give a shit about.
Well, that's a problem for me because because as you said, okay, they turned Shinsuke Nakamura heel. I was like, the match at WrestleMania wasn't that great. Okay, fine. They're building up to something better. Okay, fine. So we go to the Greatest Royal Rumble, which you say is a pay-per-view event, which the WWE says is a pay-per-view event. We know it's a glorified house show. So, okay, they do the double count-out finish. Fine. Because it's a glorified house show. Nobody really cares at that point. Okay. Week later. They do it again. No, sir. I'm done.
I'm not done yet, but it's like I'm still invested on what they do, of how they're progressing the story, because I like AJ Styles, I like Shinsuke Nakamura so much. But as you said, they got their finisher has to be something fantastic, and I know it's going to be. But I do love what they've been doing, building up these matches. I just don't like the fact that their actual matches ended in bullshit after bullshit.
And there you go.
If the Greatest Royal Rumble title match didn't happen, I probably wouldn't have been mad about this.
That's probably why I'm so mad about it. It's not even the fact that it was the Greatest Royal Rumble. It's they had two pay-per-view events within 2 weeks. And they did the same finish. 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's the thing that actually angers me. But it's not. It's unlike Brian. It's not taking me out of the feud. I still like this feud. I like Shinsuke. I love his promos. Him being charismatic. Sorry, no speak English. I love that. He's just because he's so charismatic with how he's been, with what he says. It makes me really like the guy. It makes me really want to see what he does next. And I can't wait. And hopefully we actually get a conclusive ending to this feud.
And there you go. The eyes have it. And then we've got the penultimate feud. The penultimate match of the show. We've got Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley defeating Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Hey, guess what? Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to break up again. That's the only thing that came out of this match.
And that's frustrating. I actually didn't. I don't like that because
I don't like that. I didn't like this match.
It's very hard. It is very hard to get the crowd not cheering for Braun Strowman. They somehow managed to do that tonight.
They somehow managed to do that because they have the heat-seeking vacuum, heat-sucking vacuum that is Bobby Lashley as his partner. Bobby Lashley and TNA worked. Okay, because they actually let him be like this hulking force, like this badass or whatever. What they did on Raw with Bobby Lashley.
It was weird.
Okay.
I want his hat.
I'm telling you, it's been a month. I'm done. I'm done with Bobby Lashley.
I'm
done.
I want them to reveal, because the one thing when you hear the Braun Strowman pushing over the tree when the kids didn't have him be in the tree house, or the whole thing with the Iconics saying they had what was it, grandfather that was sad most of his life but found joy when he saw Charlotte lose. Those stuff is just, it's so crazy, it's funny. But when you have Bobby Lashley's story and they're pushing it as actually something legit, it's a weird as shit story about his three sisters and the objects, the broom, the blanket.
I played with a dirty towel.
The towel and their fathers. I'm like, I hope this is like some sort of reveal that he's just literally just some kind of nut job.
I'm like,
it turns out that his sister the sisters come. It's like, we didn't have any of those things. What are you talking about? And he's just literally insane.
I would love it if his family comes on the show one day and it's just like he has like two brothers. It's like, I don't even have any sisters.
The reveal is the sisters are nothing more than people he kidnapped. And it's like, we really don't know this guy, and he gave us these weird objects. He gave us his father's helmet and saying that I am his sister that keeps it with me at all time. And I met the person who he jammed the towel down his throat. He was my boyfriend. He was my husband. I want them just to be this big reveal that Lashley is just insane and have this be his heel turn.
And I wish I had faith that they could come up with storylines.
If
like
that actually happens, that will instantly be.
But
match
instead,
of the year.
No, the part that's even cemented, I'm like, I really hope this is all just him being insane. Was just how it ended, and him turning to the camera. He's what were the sisters' names?
I don't even remember.
He just turns to the camera and he just points up, just names the three sisters. I love you. Smile. That's how the segment. I'm like, I don't know why, but for some reason I'm kind of terrified. But I don't think it's the way they're menting. No. They're menting me to be this way.
No, I think that Bobby Lashley is just a really fucking boring individual. And they're trying any way possible to make him interesting. And it's going back to his first show with the WWE. That's not how you do it. Well, how you make him interesting is what they did in TNA. Just come out and bum rush people, and just beat them up. Bobby Lashley was the Braun Strowman of TNA. That's what got him over. So, team up with Braun Strowman. No, that's not going to work. Okay? That's not going to work. You're actually bringing Braun Strowman down. Okay? And now you're going to cut that promo. If it's what you're talking about, that would be amazing. But this is the WWE we're talking about, and this is just going to be a normal interview segment every week where he's just talking about his family and, hey, I'm a good guy. Fuck off.
I want him to keep cutting these promos if he keeps doing it the same exact way, just to make him look absolutely insane.
Let's talk about the match itself.
There was a match?
Yeah. This match sucked.
It was bad.
What I hated about this is it was just at the expense of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. One of the best things one of the best things going on with Raw.
The only thing this match did was set aside the fact that Sami Zayn, I don't know how this is going to work, but I think they're angling for Kevin Owens as the face. And I guarantee you, Kevin Owens as a face isn't going to work. Because Kevin Owens' mannerisms as a whole are very heelish. So I don't see it.
And speaking of Braun Strowman, we went through an earlier match where they had them plug in Be a Star, an anti-bullying campaign. You have one of the biggest faces of WWE taking two guys who were already defeated. They were ready to leave. He brought them in just to beat them up some more. To basically bully them into submission, and to leaving them as nothing but just, I won't say just out cold what looks like lifeless corpses. Yeah, this is not the right idea that you should be doing for Braun Strowman. And then you do it again with him. At least this time, him and Kevin Owens had a pretty decent match for the Money in the Bank qualifying match. But it still ended with him running him down like a train. Yeah. But I feel so bad for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I don't want them to break up. They're awesome together. Why do you want to take something that people legit like away? Again, it's another situation where I'm just like, I'm just angry, and now it makes me sad because I'm getting angry at two things I absolutely love when it comes to WWE: Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and Braun Strowman. Why are you doing this to us? Why do you delight in torturing me?
Because Bobby Lashley is a crazy person, and he needs serious medical attention for his gigantic head. Anyway, moving on to the final match of the card. The delightful Roman Reigns defeating Samoan Joseph. Who do you got?
Because this was smart.
What are you? We winning on another predictions? What?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
Yes.
Well, what do we got? We got about 30,000 out of 35,000 leaving immediately when this match started. That's what we got.
Let me tell you.
They were into the opening part, the opening bit, where Joe completely destroyed Reigns.
Oh yeah.
At that point, I'm like, oh my god, are we serious? This is how you're really going to be closing off Backlash with this? The match ending as a no contest. God damn it. And then the match actually happened, and it was nothing but rest holds. And that's what killed the crowd. And that's what got the footage, the pictures, the videos of people during the match getting up and leaving. It's having them do chants like CM Punk, "This is boring, beat the traffic."
That was hilarious.
This was a standard Roman Reigns match. By the book.
Oh my god! When he was when he was in the Coquina clutch, and then I like the footage that they show that he actually did tap out when he was put in the Coquina clutch, but they're not acknowledging that. So moving aside, it's that thing. I said it to you. This is the same guy who kicked out of 6 F5s, who kicked out of 4 FUs FUs. Once upon a time. 4 attitude adjustments, including one off the top of the turnbuckle. So the second he looked like he was out. In normal circumstances, the ref calls for the match. But once they're still checking on that hand, I'm like,
he's hulking up.
He's gonna be hulking up soon. And at that moment, that's it. I'm done. And then spear over. And people have been saying this is the first time that they've really ever seen anything like this on WWE TV, or at least on WWE pay-per-views. Once the end bell rings, they usually like to get crowd reactions. The second they showed that crowd, it was the crowd leaving, and right away. It could be from the fact that this event was a half hour longer than it should have been. Or just the fact that nobody wants to see Roman Reigns anymore. I said it once. I'll say it again. Roman Reigns is now beyond saving. There is absolutely nothing they can do to save him. Right now, what they need for Roman Reigns is to have him off TV for a good long while.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the most unanimous thing anyone's ever said about this match. No matter who I've spoken to, it's always extreme negatives, especially when it comes to this particular match. I'll freely admit it, I actually fell asleep to this match. Just because even with someone I really enjoy, Samoa Joe, the Roman Reigns machine I just find so incredibly boring that I have zero investment in it.
Hell, even with Samoa Joe, they didn't have him really do much. Like I said, most of the match, And most of the matches throughout the card